Welcome to Malaysia, where the days are hot and the air is humid. If you're anything like me, however, that's pretty much something that you've gotten used to already, and so to try and save on a little bit of electricity costs, you don't use air conditioning whenever you don't have to. Unfortunately, however, you're a gamer, I'm a gamer, and we bought into that gaming chair hype and got ourselves a gaming chair, and before we realized it, that PU leather aka faux leather, this humid environment and sweat don't really play very well with that material, and it really didn't take much for your chair to end up looking something like this. I'm pretty sure that you guys can tell already that the plastic PU leather has completely peeled off and damaged, especially in the areas where my body has come into contact with it the most, like this pillow right here, and of course the seat. Now, that is exactly why I am super excited in what just arrived though. In this box is the DXRacer Air, and you guys might be thinking to yourself, Yang, a gaming chair again? To which I would say yes, it is a gaming chair, but the hint is in the name, right? DXRacer Air, because this guy uses mesh instead of PU leather or fake leather or whatever, which should make it absolutely perfect for an environment like mine, well, here in Malaysia. So I just can't wait to put it together and find out how good it is. Before we do that though, I want to give a big shout out to Tech Armory here in Malaysia for sending me this chair to check out. If you guys are interested in any gaming gear, I highly encourage you check them out. And yeah, let's get to putting a chair together. So the chair is fully assembled, and it honestly didn't take me all that long. Like what, 15 minutes? It's pretty easy to put together as well. The instructions in the manual were really easy to follow and clear. The tools needed are provided, and it was something that I easily put together solo. As you can see, I went for the white and blue model just to mix things up a little from always going for something, black. But what are my impressions of the chair though? Well, for starters, I really like the high resilience mesh padding as opposed to the conventional foam. It's got a really nice supportive quality to it, it's really nice and firm, maybe thanks to the spring suspension frame that it's using that my back and bottom really love, though the one downside of this material is that if you're wearing shorts or have bare skin contact with it, well, longer sitting sessions are going to leave an imprint on your skin. The mesh material is also pretty high friction, so you're not going to easily slide off it, which is great, but again, it can also be a little bit painful on exposed skin. That said though, it does really well at keeping my body cool during Malaysia's 24/7 summers. You're not going to feel sweaty at all, even after extended hours, as the sensation is just really airy and cooling, which was something that I was very much looking forward to when moving from PU leather to this mesh material. I also like how the lumbar support is built into the chair, as a part of it is a solid plastic bar and is height adjustable as opposed to just a foam pillow that can lose its supportive qualities over time, can easily just slide around, move out of position, and use elastic bands that can also lose their elasticity over time and just flop all over the place and look unsightly. I do wish that the amount of lumbar support on the DXRacer Air was adjustable, however, or at least a little bit more pronounced, but maybe that's just me, as I have a pretty screwed up back. You know what else is hard mounted and doesn't slide around that easily or lose elasticity? The headrest. Yes, a full-on memory foam headrest, not just a neck pillow that is height adjustable. And if it ever gets dirty, there is a zipper on it, so you could possibly, take it out and throw it in the wash, though I'm not sure if that is actually an intended feature. I'm just guessing, so yeah. So these are my armrests on my AK racing chair now, with a nice little crack going down the side of it. I'm not gonna lie, I totally did not expect a chair that cost 2,000 ringgit to do this to me, and to say that I was extremely disappointed when it happened is just an understatement. You might then understand why I didn't intend to go easy when judging the armrests on this DXRacer Air. I'm glad to say though that at least so far it doesn't disappoint me. It feels a lot more solid in comparison, and also has one more axis of movement as it can go up and down, left to right, forward and back, and of course rotate. Now, I'm not the lightest bloke, but it managed to support my weight just fine, though DXRacer states that this model of the Air that I have, the D7200, is best suited for people under 110 kilograms and or 188 centimeters in height, so if you surpass any of those metrics, you might want to look into getting the D7400 aka DXRacer Air Plus instead. Now, that doesn't mean that the D7200 is built for people with smaller body frames, however, as even for someone like myself with pretty wide shoulders for an Asian guy, I didn't find myself having to squeeze into this chair, which is actually something which I can't really say about a lot of the other chairs or gaming chairs that I've tested here in Malaysia. If you're a fan of reclining your chair all the way back and flat, then you might be a little bit disappointed with the DXRacer Air, as it can't do that. As for me, however, it is hardly a feature which I've used. I don't think I've ever done it at all, except now, So yeah, it's hardly a disappointment for me. Have you ever wished that your chair had a drink holder, or maybe a place to hold or mount your laptop or smartphone to? Well, with this chair you can, at least with the right attachments purchased, as one of the few unique features of this chair is its modular design that should allow you to customize it however you wish. Overall, the chair is built really solidly with a steel frame construction and feels more sturdy compared to my AK racing chair, but having predominantly plastic covering the steel frame unfortunately doesn't make the chair look very premium or luxurious, at least in my opinion. And while we're on that note of complaints and nitpicks, I don't like how some of the plastic pieces have really sharp and hard edges, and I know it's a design choice, but I especially hate these stupid looking turbine screws that are used to hold the headrest in place. They protrude a lot, they are made of hard and sharp plastic, and more than a few times I have accidentally bumped into them while going past the chair, and it has actually caused some bruising on my arm where it was hit. Really, it's like that one specific annoyance that mars a really positive experience, and that really has been my experience with the DXRacer Air. I really like this high resilient mesh seat that serves its purpose of really good ventilation on hot days, and I also find it's a lot more firm and solid, something that I really like when comparing it to foam seats. Other things like the gas lift, the casters are really good, and the chair glides around effortlessly. The armrests are of really good quality, and I think that in general that's really how I would describe this chair. It's really solid and sturdy, it feels really great to sit on. I like its features like the solid lumbar support and headrest, and just about the only thing that I feel that they could have really improved upon is the way the headrest is secured onto the seat. Maybe something other than tacky turbine screws, okay? Next time, DXRacer? Yeah. That's pretty much it for this video. Like if you liked it, if you found it useful, share it. If you have something to say, comment down below. And if you would like to see more from me, then subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified for any future videos. My name is Yang the Tech Rodent, and I think that it's important to understand that there is no real one-size-fits-all solution for everything. Just like how I feel something like a PU leather chair doesn't really make a lot of sense here in Malaysia. I'll see you guys in the next video.